This week on Introducing Chords, we're looking at the second of our chord positions, A major. Like the E major chord that we looked at last time, this is another of the most basic chord positions and one of the first that people normally learn how to play. Also like the E major, this is a chord that uses 3 fingers to play it. Let's build the chord up from scratch. The first thing to note about this chord is that we do not play all the strings on the guitar. With A major, you do not play the bottom E string. That's this one. So let's build the chord up from scratch, starting with our first or index finger. This goes on the D string, 2nd fret. Next we add our middle finger. This goes on the G string, also on the 2nd fret. Finally, we add the 3rd or ring finger. This also goes on the 2nd fret, this time on the 5th string down, the B string. So, there's our chord. Let's listen to how all those notes should sound together. Now we've got the chord of A major, why don't we try strumming it to a simple rhythm. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we've looked at the chord of A major, let's look at the first of our variations around it, A minor. Take your first or index finger off the fretboard and move the other 2 fingers up by 1 string, like so. Now you've got that first or index finger free, what you need to do is put it on the 1st fret of the B string. That's here. And there's your chord of A minor. Now, why don't we hear what those notes should all sound like? In the same way as E major, you can hear what a difference it makes changing just 1 note in the chord. The A major has a happier or brighter sound, while the A minor has a sadder or darker sound. Finally, let's look at the last variation, A7. This one is really easy to play once you've got A major. This time all you need to do is take your middle or index finger off the fretboard. And here's what all the notes should sound like. So far in these podcasts, we've looked at 2 of the basic open position chords. E major last week and A major this week. We've also looked at some basic variations around those chords. What we can now try and do is join those chords up together. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and change, and 1, 2. When you're comfortable with this, you can then take it to the next level. Every time we go from the E, 3, A, and back again, we're going to return to a different variation. This would work something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Many different ways you can do this, and you should really start to experiment and try out your own combinations.